Hi folks, here is a knife. This came to me via the pass around group, but it isn't a pass around knife. This was a gift from Paddy because I gave him one of those Grandaddy Barlows, and he forwarded this sort of in return. This is a brother knife. Now I've done a brother knife before because Paddy sent one in the last pass around. And it had carbon fibre scales. Can't remember what the number of it was. 1503 maybe, something like that. 15 something. And he let me keep it and then to go into my 500 subscriber giveaway. So that's now lives in Malaysia. This is in a similar vein, though it's a different, clearly a different design. The blade shape of the other one, as I don't have it, but reminded me very much of this, which is the Benchmade proper. They're shaped like that. This one is much more of a traditional drop point. But as some of you will know if you've been watching the channel, I used to, before we had all selling knife laws in the UK, I used to carry a little backlock pocket knife. It's actually slightly smaller than this for size. That's the UK PK, so you can see this isn't a particularly big knife, it's a 2-inch blade. I used to carry one very slightly smaller than this as my everyday knife. And this was before we had laws restricting what you could carry. You could pretty much carry anything you like as long as you didn't threaten anybody with it. But I liked to carry a little knife, something like this. The reason being that when you just need a knife to open a packet, a box or a packet, or cut something, or maybe just cut your lunch or whatever, it was quite useful to have something that wasn't going to have everybody in the office diving under their desks and screaming terrorist alert, and that was fine. Unfortunately, of course, backlocks are one of the things, or locks in general, are one of the things that's been outlawed in the UK, which is really annoying because I like this knife and I would like to carry it. I also like this knife, and I love carrying this around the house. And again, it's less than 2-inch blade, but again, I can't carry it. And I'm also very fond of this knife, which was one of my 2 for £8 knives that I got from AliExpress. Not a Menandi. It's a clone of a Menandi, but I got 2 of them for £8, and it's been a well used and well loved knife. But again, it's got a lock this time around. So we've got a frame lock, a liner lock, and here we have a back lock. It's quite a nice, it's a nice shape and size knife. In many ways could be comparable to say that GC number 85 in terms of size. Obviously a different blade shape, but it's very slightly smaller than the 85. Again, this is a knife you can carry that's not going to get people upset. In fact, actually that salmon acrylic, which is sort of slightly pinky colour, was one that actually appealed to my wife. She quite liked the look of that when it arrived. She was still shouting about how much it cost, but nonetheless, she actually did quite like the look of it. So that was quite nice. So this is a very nice knife. It is VG10 steel. I had to think about that for a second. VG10 steel. These are available from AliExpress. They cost around the $30 mark. It's got a nice satin blade with brother written on the blade with the little slogan, one knife, one life. The model number 1505. There's nothing else on it. There's stainless steel spraying, stainless steel liners, stainless steel bolsters, all in a sort of satin finish. Lovely and clean inside, well made in a nice clean modern factory, clearly. Blade shape's got a little bit of work in it. I think it's either a flat grind or it might be slightly concave actually, but it's certainly not hollow grind. A little bit of flat at the top, just enough to make it fit on the sharpener nicely. Nail nick opening. Now I don't know what it's got by way of whether it's washers or bearings, but just like the other one, so I can do this. Whoa, see that? You don't want to have that knife tipped up when you do that, or it'll slam into your fingers. But the lovely light action on it, but because it's, see, this is what is sort of annoys me. You've got this lovely light, easy action, which is great for people like me. Oops, I'm trying to do this on cameras. No more straightforward because it requires coordination, but as I say, lovely light action, which is great for people like me, but a solid lock-up, so you don't have to rely on a strong spring to keep it open. You can rely on that lock-up to keep it open. Makes a very usable little knife, but easy to, much easier to open than a spring knife. And as I say, whoa, action's scary actually. And of course, being one of Paddy's knives, has another. I'm running out of uncut paper, but super sharp and slicey. I can't see what I'm doing, which makes this very, very difficult to do. Much easier, I'll just look around the side of the camera. So anyway, this is the Brother 1505 in VG10. It's not legal to carry in the UK without a good reason, but it's hard to think what the good reason would be for carrying a knife like this, because it has no sort of special specific purpose other than it's a specialist specific EDC knife, and but there is no real reason you could give a judge that would say you need this one more than you need this one or this one, which don't have locks. So it's very difficult to think of a good reason why you would be allowed, why you would get away with carrying that if you were to be stopped. But it's still nice to have around the house. It's still a lovely little knife. So there we are, Brother 1505 in VG10 steel, with, I didn't say, did I? But I think it's G10. It's either G10 or it's a very fine micarta, but it's a non-organic material, so it's very nice. Okay, so if you like this, please tick the like box. If you wish to subscribe, that would be really great. As I say, there will be a giveaway at 1,000 subs, and who knows what that will be yet. Unfortunately, we're getting there, but we're getting there slowly. I haven't put up enough content recently to accelerate things. I notice if you watch Al, he's putting up, at least a video a day, and as a result, his subscription levels are, well, they're well into the 800s. I think maybe even at 900. Whereas, we started a sort of similar time. He started slightly after me. He soon caught me up and raced ahead, and he's at least a couple of 300 ahead of me as things stand today in terms of subs. And that's well deserved, because he's putting the content. You put in the content, you get the subs. Simple as that. Anyway, thank you very much. See you next time.